Welcome back to the front line, where we are trying to liberate Balakin. I'm hoping to get that done pretty quickly in this video. We need to do a little bit of repairs. We got a little bit of damage on our phone in that last engagement. Probably from the slight ramming incident that occurred. Oh look, there's enemy patrol here. Let's just move up. We're going to try and take this locking site next. That means the enemy will have no bases in this region at all. Or we can basically just deal with hotspots as they pop up, which I think will go pretty well for us. We still have a lot of repair gel available to us, and we can actually... I don't know if we can do it when the... there's an outpost there as well, so they still have this outpost to deal with. Alright, let's move in and take on the logging site. We'll go into stealth mode. I'm keen to get things moving here as quickly as possible. Once we've taken the logging site and the outpost, the logging site's actually going to be harder than the outpost, which is interesting. We should be in a pretty good position to push Balakin. One thing that is a high concern is we aren't max hostility here, which means that hunter-killer groups will be deploying to engage and find us, but I'm hoping that we can get this cleared before they actually become an issue. I'm going to go in. This says that it's going to be an impossible task. We only have one scan block left. I think I'm just going to go for it and see what it's like. If it's the case that it's too hard, we'll disengage, and we'll maybe look at reducing the difficulty of the region before we back out. Here's the team. We're dealing with 5 enemies, which is quite a lot. Quite a low number for the difficulty of the engagement. So we're probably going to expect to see some pretty tanky enemies. This is like quite a built-up area as well. What we'll do is we'll just try and make sure that we're moving towards the disengagement point as we're engaging these enemies. Just to make sure that we do have the option to escape if we need to. There's the team. Alphonse with the beam weapon. We've got Blackbird with the shotgun and the launcher. We've got Bucket of Bolts with an assault rifle and a shield. And we've got Gerblin with an assault rifle and an SMG, which we will do something about later in this episode if I get the chance to do so. But right now I don't want to make any big configuration changes to our mechs. I'm quite keen to get a melee weapon back into the group as well. I'm actually considering a sword and shield or an axe and shield mech. Just because the knockdown is so powerful at taking a mech out of the fight, and the concussion damage means you get lots of salvage. Looks like we've got some interesting looking special forces units here. You can tell by the color scheme that they're quite high powered. There's an enemy mech there with a minigun. They're quite close to us as well. This is going to be quite a messy engagement, I think. We're going to have to use these buildings here for cover. Let's see what we're dealing with. So we've got a mech here with, looks like a shotgun and a shield, minigun and shield. That looks like another shotgun and shield. And then if we swoop through to here, we've got marksman rifle compact launcher and sniper rifle handgun. So we've got 2 long-range mechs and then a really aggressive close-range group as well. Machine gun shield, heavy weapon, shotgun shield. Okay, so we need to make really good use of the buildings here, the buildings here. This building here is good, and this building here. We need to keep moving laterally along the engagement line, keeping these mechs having to move towards us, stopping these ones from really setting up in position. What is he doing? Oh, he's going to come forward and launch a rocket. Okay, let's see who's attacking who. So we've got a shot on Alphonse from the shotgun, a shot on Alphonse from the minigun, shot on Blackbird from the machine gun, which I'm not worried about. Marksman rifle shot on Blackbird. Sorry, this is Gerblin. And looks like we've got another shot on Alphonse. So Alphonse is the primary target this turn, which means we can do something like tuck Alphonse into cover maybe here or behind this building, block as many of the shots as we can and gauge out. It also means that the Blackbird could potentially just zoom around this way, come up to here, where it's not going to be fired upon, and, well, maybe get up behind this mech here to blast it with a shotgun next turn. Let's just see if it takes any fire if I do that. So it's blocked shots all the way. In fact, if we do this, there's a very good chance that this machine gun mech will do a lot of damage to this heavy weapon mech. One change I might make, though, is I might jump to here. I can't jump to there, hang on. If we get up here, and then jump to here, that does expose us to a little bit of machine gun fire, but only for a split second. And I could probably retask that jump so that it doesn't expose us. If I jump to here, yeah, that means he's going to still be shooting his teammate the whole time. And then we could just hop down to here and actually get a shot off this turn with a shotgun on this mech. And maybe even get a second shot if we're lucky. We're probably a bit too hot for that. But that's a pretty good turn from the Blackbird there. And it's not taking fire. It's doing a good flank, which is what I want the mech to do. And it's going to engage one of their bigger targets, which is the minigun mech. Now for Alphonse, what I'd really like to do is get Alphonse into cover quite quickly. We could move them forward to here and then dash them into here. How are they going to take fire if we do that? If I do that, they're dashing this way. They're going to take shotgun fire, and they're going to take the minigun fire. So that's not a particularly good move for them. I'm going to hold fire on that for the moment. We do have marksman rifle fire on Bucket of Bolts, but if I bring it around to here, dash it to... Can I get a dash up onto this building? To here. I think we've maybe got a shot. No, we don't have a shot on this mech because of the angle. He's going to come around the corner. It's going to block that. But maybe if we get a second dash to... even if I dash to here, it's not going to work. What if we do just a dash forward? Dash forward. Very careful when we're not. And then actually we've got a shot here, if we're not too hot, on this mech as it comes forward. That's going to massively overheat us though. What if we just run forward to, say, here and fire as we come around the corner? So from here, we're not going to get the best accuracy on this attack, but we are going to hit him. And we're in a pretty good position for next turn to relocate. So I think I'm going to take that move on Alphonse. So that's our two flanks. Now we need to set up our core here. So Alphonse is the primary this turn. So I'm actually just tempted to put them in cover here, and that means that like all of these shots are not going to hit them. That one there says it's going to, so we'll just move them over a little bit further. We'll move them to say here. And what they could actually do is give us a wait command until that shotgunner stops firing, and then get them to step back out. And at this point here, once they get around the corner, here, they can begin firing their beam laser at this guy. He's not going to do damage straight away, but he's going to move into the beam laser to take damage. That just leaves Gerblin. Now, Gerblin is getting engaged by the marksman rifle, is it? No, it's not. Okay, Gerblin's not being fired at all, which is great. We can move Gerblin up to a position like this and just get them to completely splatter this mech as it moves into their field of fire. So you'll probably just get a double shot here really quickly. That's going to overheat us slightly. We'll just push that back. Then, once they've finished firing there, I'm going to leave a wait command just to give them a bit more stability on their shots. I'm going to move them over to here, where they've got cover behind this building. And then again, once they've moved over and they're stable, it's not the most accurate shot because it's not in a great position. We'll get them to fire here. So we're kind of splitting into two. We are moving on a little bit of more of an axis than I want to. I'm not setting up a base of fire in the center, but that's what the enemy are pushing. Now, let me see and make sure we're not getting any collisions and nobody's taking any extreme amounts of fire here. So Alphonse will take a shotgun blast there, but I'm not that worried about it. I'll actually get them to pop their shield up. That missile's not going to hit either. They're going to take a little bit of minigun fire there as well. So let's actually just get the shield up from here. And we'll actually push this back so we can get the shield up here as well. Right up until they're about to shoot. That way, we don't have to worry about them taking too much damage. Okay, I think this is going to be a pretty good turn. Let's engage. Let's just see what happened over here. Alphonse holding with that shield there looks really cool. Didn't get a hit, unfortunately, on this side. I want to just watch the shotgun here as well again, because I think that looks really awesome. So we'll just bring the timeline back to here, and we'll do a full speed playback. So he almost looks like he's flying. He's moving so fast. Just coming around here, and boom. Okay, let's check the damage on enemy mechs. So this guy here took a lot of fire. Actually, did he take tar fire from his teammate? I want to watch that too. So he comes around here, sets up. Those shots actually didn't hit his teammate, but they also didn't really hit our guy. Alphonse did take a little bit of damage towards the end of the turn there. So let's have a look. Before we do anything, is anyone attacking Gerblin? So Gerblin is taking some machine gun fire this turn. But Gerblin can start off. Let me just make sure. Sorry, Blackbird. Okay, I do have to get better at knowing the names of my own mechs. We're just going to get them to open up on this guy again. I don't think I can afford a second shot just with the time I've got. Because we're going to be really hot at this point here. We'd have to wait until here to get that shot off. So what we'll do is as soon as that shot's done, in fact, as we're moving, we're going to jump up onto this building and come down here, and that will block the shots. So I think, actually, we're going to have to have a wait command until we finish firing the shotgun. Until about here. Then we'll move around to here, which will block the shots from the machine gun. I'll get them to move right to the edge here. And as soon as the machine gun stops firing, which is there, so I actually don't need this, get them to jump up here. And I think we need to shoot this mech again, because it's not going to go down with 2 shotgun blasts. But that should be a lot of damage to it. Okay, let's have a look at Blackbird. Gerblin. See what Gerblin's going to do this turn. So this mech here is turning around, it's coming to face, and it's going to shoot them with a shotgun last second. What I want Blackbird to do is actually step onto this building here, and I want it to take on these 2 mechs. So I want it to fire at him, and then as soon as it's cool enough, I want it to fire on this mech. And then again, we're just going to give a really big barrage of assault rifle fire here, because this will do a lot of damage, and it's a really good time to do it. We've got a good position here. We're going to overheat very slightly on this attack, but that's 4 shots this turn. 1 on him to help with the shotgun fire, and then just a whole ton on him. And then when this guy comes up to a shotgun fire, it's mostly going to be blocked by this building. Now, Alphonse is taking marksman rifle fire, and that's it this turn. And they're currently firing, so what I want them to do is just move forward. As soon as they get out of firing that laser, let's bring their shield up. And then as soon as they finish there, I just want them to finish beam lasing this guy down. And that should be the end of them. Okay, now over here with Bucket of Bolts, they did not get a good shot off last turn. But this guy's not really moving this turn. I can actually just bring them to here. They're too close, actually, if I have a look at the range of the gun. Yeah, the range is too close. So I actually want to bring them back to about here. That's a good position to fire from. What is that enemy mech doing? It's driving along here. It's just moving this turn. Okay, and I'll just get them as soon as they're back in position. We're just going to open up on this guy. Now, there is a little bit of a chance they're going to miss on this attack because of the wall. It's not actually the best position for an attack. What if I get them to move to, like... I can get them to move here, but it's going to take them quite a while to get there. What I could do instead is get them to step to here. Dash this way. That's not an ideal dash. Still would really like the ability to put labels in the timeline so I know when enemies are firing. Yeah, they can get out of the way. They get them to run to back here. Oh, they're actually taking fire from... Oh, it's the minigun mech. I'm not too worried about that at that distance. To here, which gives them the best position to fire from. The shield's going to last for too long, unfortunately, for what I want to do, because as soon as they get here, I want them to just 100% chance to hit exit. I want them to double tap if they can. If they're too hot to double tap, what I'll do instead then is I will put a shield up to dodge as much of that minigun fire as possible, and then I'll get them to shoot at this mech here. So is that everybody with orders? You've got orders, you've got orders, you've got orders, and you've got orders? Okay, so let's see how this plays out. Cool, he's lost his minigun. He's overheated. That mech's down. Not down, but it's got no weapons left. Okay, let's see what happened over here. Yeah, that's a hit. That's a weapon destruction. And I want to watch this engagement again in slow motion as well, because I thought it looked really cool. There goes the gun. He shielded that attack. Alphonse taking that. Beam lasering him. Oh, it's moving so slowly, I should have maybe sped it up a little bit. There's another shot attack. That would hit 2, and then you've got Blackbird coming up and just firing off that last shotgun blast from on top of the building. Boom. Nice. Okay, let's have a look at the damage that was dealt there. This guy here is ejecting. This guy here is ejecting. This guy here is ejecting. This guy here is not ejecting. He's moved to a secondary weapon. And we also have this mech here who is just moving and getting ready with his secondary weapon, which is a handgun. All right, we've cleared up these 3 mechs here. I knew we would be able to do this. Let's get Alphonse to run in this direction. They're not going to be able to do much this turn. I'll get them to run until they finish firing. And then I think we're cool enough to dash. The nice thing about this mech is that laser just produces basically no heat, which makes Alphonse a lot more maneuverable than you would give it credit for. I think I can actually get a laser shot on this guy this turn. If I start firing here and actually get them to move into range really quickly, that's a shot on that mech from over here this turn. We'll get Blackbird to... Now I have to be really careful about this jump because there's 2 mechs here. I could try and thread the needle, but honestly I think I might get a collision. Look, the game says I can get away with it. I'm going to try, and then we're going to run up behind... Oh, he's actually going to end up here. That's brilliant. We'll come in behind this building here, where we can protect us from any fire, and then as soon as... Well, they're in range at this point. Shotgun, and that should be enough to deal with them. Actually, we're not going to fire that second shotgun blast. What about a... No, compact launcher blast. I think that's okay. Then we'll get Blackbird. This guy here is out of action. So we'll get Blackbird. Now we have to watch out for the laser. We'll just get Blackbird to move down to, say, about here. And dash. And dash again. This is garbling up Blackbird. I'm so bad at remembering the names. So that getting ready to attack them next turn. Let me just check. You are ejecting? Yes. You are ejecting? Yes. You are ejecting, so there's just these 2 enemy targets left. Alright, let's engage. Oh, who hasn't got orders this turn? Oh, we haven't given Bucket of Bolts any orders. That was silly. Alright, Bucket of Bolts just needs to get this guy into range, which means moving to him about here. Now this missile shouldn't hit them because it's going to hit this over area here. Let's push that attack back slightly so it's 100%. The game was so certain I was going to get smashed here, and I'm really happy that hasn't happened. Okay, let's go. Alright, this pilot's now unconscious. So there's only this mech left here. And they've lost their main weapon. We're just going to continue chasing them with the Blackbird. We'll actually just hold a second here. And then we'll chase them through the buildings because we can keep them in range now. And we get to here. I should have a shot again. Now, if I get rid of the hold and just chase them, I should have a shot on the way. They're just out of range at this point. They're moving really fast because they no longer have... Maybe we got a shot here. It's a bit hot. They're moving really fast because they no longer have a primary weapon. We'll get Bucket of Bolts to just move, say, to here. And that gives them a great shot on this mech as it comes through. And that should be everything I need to do. I don't really think I need to use the other two mechs. So we'll just execute this turn and that should be the end of the mission. He's already dead. Nice, we actually missed it because of the building, but that's it. Mission complete. If we get to see a replay, no. Straight victory. 4 turns that took to deal with a force that was twice the difficulty of us. I like the color scheme on these mechs. This is just Nox armor. This Vulcan cannon could be useful, so I'm going to grab that as a potential equip. So I had a comment on one of my videos where someone was saying that I shouldn't underrate these weapons, and I don't. They're very, very powerful. The problem is the weight of them, and just the reduction in speed and just ability of the mech carrying them means they basically just turn into a turret. And I found that gameplay actually quite boring. I like it more when my mechs are moving around. I was just going to scrap these components. Uncommon components I'm not too worried about. It's only rare ones I want to grab. And let's just grab everything that isn't destroyed so get as much salvage as possible. We actually got quite a lot here, which is good. Is that everything that's available? Over budget on that one. Alright, let's go with that. Oh, no, there's a shield here. Cool. Confirm. Okay, the rain outside is loaded for hours. Base wheels are able to set the thick mud. Okay, we found a civilian who's stuck in the mud. We can spend 4 hours to help them because we need to repair our mechs anyway. Alright, let's unpause. And we'll just wait for repairs. Looks like our Fons took a little bit of damage again. We might end up engaging this patrol. I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, we're definitely going to end up engaging this patrol, but that's okay. We just managed to get fully repaired, but we're still helping out with the mud. Again, the game thinks this is quite a hard fight, but I'm not too worried. Level 332, we're dealing with 4 and a 2, so it's a little bit more enemies. This should be a little bit easier this time. Everyone's at full health. Let's jump into the engagement. Really enjoying using Blackbird at the moment. It's a really fun mech. It does seem to be a little of a woe and wheel with the shotgun. Sometimes it's absolutely devastating, sometimes it doesn't do too much. But when it does hit, it hits hard. Okay. So we're just fighting in a small village, maybe on the outskirts of the logging camp we just took. Got an enemy with a beam weapon there, that's a major threat. Let's have a look at the enemy forces. Okay, we've got marksman rifle, compact launcher, sniper rifle, handgun, so it's another sniper team. And then over here we've got shotgun shield, we've got an autocannon tank, assault rifle shield, and incendiary repeater compact launcher. So these enemies have a decent amount of ranged weapons. Let's have a look at attacks in the first turn. Looks like we've got quite a lot of attacks kicking off. So the first attack that kicks off is a autocannon attack, which I'm not worried about from the tank. There's no way that's in range. Then we've got a compact launcher attack. Another compact launcher attack. And what's this guy got equipped with again? Assault rifles. That's pretty easy to dodge. What I'm looking for, there you go. There's a marksman rifle shot there. So the sniper rifle shot there. We need to watch out for that. And that's really it. This shotgun is probably target number 1, but what we could do is I could move Alphonse. I just want to watch out for that. Oh, actually, that's a blocked shot. If I move them to, like, here, is that a blocked shot? Not a blocked shot to start with, which is when the trouble happens. I could dash them to here, get them to step into cover here, That is then a blocked shot on that attack, and as this mech comes past them, it's a bit of a waste though, isn't it? I could actually get them to step out to here, and as they step out, get them to start beaming from here, and then get them to continue. Is there a collision there? No, but that guy should take a lot of damage. The beam might not track fast enough, but I think it will be fine. You're taking no fire from anybody, except for a compact launcher shot. I think? Yes, a compact launcher shot. Not much I can do to deflect that, but what I can do is just get you into a good position and have you just murder people with your assault rifle. So what if we put you here? From this position, you've got a shot on him. I'll just maybe get you to take the double shot, try and finish him off in one turn. There's a little bit of a chance that that might not get good accuracy. Once you've done that, let's get you to move to here, so that next turn you're in a really great position to shoot at other people. Same with you, you're taking quite a lot of fire this turn. Autocannon, it's autocannon, assault rifle fire. I don't worry about an assault rifle at that range. I don't think there's any way an assault rifle can be a threat from that far away. Let's get you to dash to here, and then dash down to here, which blocks the assault rifle. Can't do much about the missile. From here, you don't really have the range to engage anybody yet, but if I push you forward to here, you can then fire on this guy twice at a quick double tap. Let's make that a snug connection. Okay, we'll just push that forward a little bit. You are going to take fire from this shotgunner at that point, which is a concern. That is a concern. He's blocked, blocked, blocked. Unless it's a full auto shotgun, I think we're going to be okay. The autocannon as well will be firing. Let's maybe not take that risk. We're just putting a medium mech in a little bit too much fire. Let's dash this way. Have a good dash. Dash to here. Run down into here maybe. Or just get you to push forward to here so you can engage this mech next turn. And as you're moving, I don't think you've got a shot on him there. You don't have a shot on him there. You might have a shot on this guy as you come forward. It's probably going to be pretty inaccurate, but I'll get you to take that shot there. You can take care of the sniper. That just leaves the Blackbird. The Blackbird, I don't think it's being engaged by anyone, which is a real mistake from the enemy. We're going to send them into the back lines to do as much damage to the enemy as possible. Let's not do that, though, because that's going to cause us some damage. And I'll just bring them up around to here. So as they're coming past this mech, we'll give them a shotgun blast. I don't want to accidentally hit our friend, but that's fine. And then as they come up here, we can get them to engage this tank. That's very hot. Let's not do that. As they maybe come up to here. So we're just going to basically, they're going to leap into the back lines to shotgun this guy in the back next turn. So we've got bucket of bolts coming forward, firing off its assault rifle, moving forward. It's not taking a lot of fire. We've got Gerblin dashing from here, getting into cover here, and getting ready to engage the enemy. Hopefully not taking the assault rifle or shotgun fire. We've got you coming up the back way and beaming him, and then we've got you coming around the back. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Quite a complicated turn. Alright, let's just recap what happened here, because it was pretty complicated. So Alphonse came forward, took cover, Blackbird dashed past, Alphonse stepped out, he took a big hit, lost his legs, and the second beam attack missed because he was on the ground. And then over here, oh, I didn't actually mean to do that. Over here we have you coming forward, stepping round, taking a little bit of assault rifle fire, more than expected, hitting him again, and then the rockets actually mostly missed because of the speed of the mech. So he has taken, he's lost most of his middle. This mech here, it's on the ground. Where is it? Oh, I have to plan. He has lost his legs, but he's still in combat. That's really all the damage we dealt this turn. Let's have a look at our team. Quite a lot of shield damage taken on Bucket of Bolts, but that's what the job of the shield is. Not really any damage taken on Gerblin. Alphonse is undamaged, and Blackbird is undamaged. The reason Alphonse has to do so many repairs is it is an armor mech rather than a barrier mech, so it doesn't have regenerating barriers that it can repair in combat, which is why it always needs so many repairs out of combat. Okay, as soon as this turn starts, I want you to shotgun him. I actually want to cancel your move as well, because that's a pretty good place to shoot him. As soon as that's finished, I want you to chase. So come up here. We're waiting for you to cool down. It's actually a good spot just here where you're going to get 2 mechs in range. Once you get to this point here, shoot him. And that's basically your turn. I don't think we've got time to launch a missile in the middle because it'll be too hot. Alphonse, I want you to... he's crashing for the whole turn, isn't he? Yeah, he's not doing anything this turn. He's probably not going to overheat. So actually what I want you to do is to move up to here. And I want you to beam... As you're coming forward, beam the tank. And then when you get up here, beam this... No, don't beam the tank. Beam the mech. And one thing I'm really aware of is that autocannons make a unit very hot. So there's a pretty good chance we could overheat this guy. Right now he's very cool. If you look at the... If I'm mousing over him, you can see the yellow bar that's beneath the bottom health bar. That's his current heat level. So it's maybe not going to do a lot this turn, but if he opens fire, he will be in trouble. Alright, let's have a look at our next mech. The Gerblin here, I want him to engage the sniper. So let's bring Gerblin down to here. This is a perfect spot for them. And we'll just get them to open up as many times as they can on this mech. And they should just cut it to pieces. 3 shots should be more than enough if we can get the 3rd shot off. Let me just check that this shot is blocked. It is. Excellent. A little bit of an overheat, but I think that's worth taking. Now, Blackbird's got a weird move here because I ordered it quite far forward. What I actually want Blackbird to do is retreat backwards a little. I could get it up here, or maybe bring it down here where that shot's blocked and get it to shoot on the move, which isn't its best job, but it can do that. There's a couple of shots there. At this point here, they could shoot back at this target. When they get down here, they don't really have a shot at anyone, unfortunately. That's a block, that's blocked, that's blocked, and that's blocked. I'm maybe not too happy with this move. What about if I bring them to here, get them to shield while they're under fire? They're in a little bit of a crossfire here, so I hope that doesn't go too badly for us. Then when that fire completes, we'll just wait until they're in range. We'll get them to shoot at this mech here. It's only a 53% chance apparently, but it should be fine. So you've got orders, you've got orders, you've got orders, you've got orders, you've got orders. Alright, let's hope we don't have too many collisions. Let's go. The shield went down, but that's fine. That mech just got destroyed. Alright, I want to watch this bit again, because there's a lot going on there. Oops, I need to go and hit the replay button. So he got smashed out of the way, he's lost his gun, he's going to eject. Did some damage here, he lost his shield. We beamed him for a bit, and then we shotgunned him and took his legs out, and then this mech got destroyed. And then over here, if I go to plan and I go back into replay, it'll just play out for me. Dodged all the missiles, which is great. Got hit by 1 or 2 of them, and then just fired at him once. Took out his left arm, but it didn't destroy him. Okay, let's have a look at the enemy status. So this mech's destroyed. This mech is concussed, so he's out of action. This mech here is fine. I'm guessing he's going to eject. Yeah, and this mech here is crashing, and then this tank here is in pretty good state. Okay, so we're thinning down the field. Blackbird, I think I want to get to deal with this guy here because he's still in action. He's crashed, but not dead. He's ejecting. No, the Charger's the one I want to deal with. He's still in combat right now. So what I want you to do is push to about here, actually where you're standing. Fire a shotgun as soon as the turn starts. You're too hot for that. Okay. Let's get him to move forward then, so you can hit him when he's here. I'm aware that autocannon is firing, but I think the mech's the bigger threat. Especially because he has the repeater. So I don't want to overheat because that will do a lot of damage. He does have the he does have the repeater. There's a concern. We'll get Alphonse to engage him as well. What I could do here is if you shield up and then ram an enemy unit, you actually take it out. But I don't think it's gonna be fast enough. I'll take the tank out of action. Okay, we need to shield again here. What that will do is that will knock this mech over and stop it from being able to fire its incendiary weapon. And I'll just get Alphonse to back off to about here, turn, and fire the incendiary laser at it. Now let me just check. So smash, smash. So it's going to smash its way through this tank. When are you firing? So you're firing here. And you're firing again after he's clear, so that's fine. From back here, you can engage this mech. Who else is still in action here? This mech here is still in action. Why don't I get you to fire at this one? We'll just get you to move back very slightly. So it's a better hit. And I'll get you to fire at them again. That should be enough to take them out. And then I think this mech here is concussed, so he's out of action anyway. We'll just get you to jump up onto this hill. And we'll get you to shoot at the tank, actually. If I bring you around, that's going to be a shot through Alphonse. That should be a clear shot there. So you can shoot at the tank. And as you come over the hill, I can also get you to shoot at this mech, just to make sure someone's engaging it. And that should be everybody dealt with. We'll see if the shield bash will actually work, but I'm pretty sure it will. Okay, let's go. Tank out of the way. Knocked him over into the building. Oh, that was nice, and he's down. I want to see that again. That was a really cool move. Okay, let's replay that. Oh, hang on. So he's coming back here. He pulls up and just gets slammed into the building. Boof. And then gets beamed. Unfortunately, we hit the blackbird a little bit there. That was pretty cool. This mech here looks like it's out. Let's have a look at our situation here. He's ejecting. He's concussed. The tank is concussed. I think that's everything. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. And you're okay. Have I missed anything? Is everything just ejecting here? I think we're good because he's concussed, so he's out of the fight. Let's just check. I think we're good. And that should be victory. Yes. Nice. That was a great engagement. The shield bash was a really great thing to do there. We definitely want to recover the shield and get that repaired. We'll grab this upper body. We'll grab this right arm. Any other rare components? No, everything else is green or grey. So we'll salvage all the uncommon stuff for the uncommon components for manufacturing. A lot of people wanted me to spend a little bit more time in salvaging and actually check the stats of things, which I can do by pressing control. So if I do see any interesting weapons, I will do that. But I'm not really that keen on checking uncommon items. They just don't interest me very much. Alright, that'll do. Confirm. Okay, excellent. We've got another camaraderie event, which happened last time, but that's plus 10 to our unit's health, which is great. We're now at 55% recovery in the territory. Let's just get some time ticking forward. We'll get our phone repaired, and once we've dealt with the mud, we'll go and hit the last enemy base, basically, this outpost, and that will be us very close to taking Balakan. Cool. That got us one hope, which we didn't actually need, so I didn't actually really need to do that event. But let's head in and hit the outpost. We don't really need to stealth, but why not? This should be the quickest liberation we've done. It would be nice if once you capture all of the enemy fortifications in a zone, you actually get like a continual tick down on the enemy strength while they wait to establish a mobile base. I think that would be quite a nice feature. Okay. Oh, actually, I wanted to check the mission there. Ooh, there's a lot of enemies here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 enemies. Looks like they're in a built-up base area. We're outside. There's probably turrets here. That's what some of the enemies are. But I'm really liking the team right now. They are very destructive. They're definitely punching above their weight with some good use of tactics. It's really working out quite well. All right. Let's see what we've got to deal with. I like the time of day. It's a bit apocalyptic. Guy with a minigun there. And there's a team in the woods approaching. Okay. So we've got 4 enemies here. We've got 5 enemies here. Machine gun shield, heavy weapon, machine gun shield, another heavy weapon, and an assault rifle shield. We've also got a machine gun turret, a heavy launcher turret, and a heavy launcher turret. So the turrets aren't a threat unless we enter their activation radius. It's not like Battletech where they just shoot at you across the map. This is our problem here. This is going to be quite a tough engagement, but I think we can take this apart pretty quickly. In terms of turn 1 fire, we've got a shot on... Yeah, shots on Bucket of Bolts and on Blackbird. And a shot on Alphonse. Easily blockable. All of these are easy to avoid. And that's really it for enemy fire this turn. So nobody at all is shooting at Gerblin, which is a huge mistake. So I can bring Gerblin up to here, and Gerblin can probably just take this mech out of the fight first turn. As long as they're not taking any machine gun fire, which they're not. Oh, this mech here is actually wanting to shoot at them, but that is a blocked shot there. Let's just move you very slightly further over here, just to make sure that that shot is definitely blocked. I think if we get 3 shots off on this mech this turn, that's probably going to take it out of action. So this machine gun mech will be down. Now you're shooting at Alphonse, so Alphonse can move up into a position here, and they will be blocked from enemy fire. Not a great position at the start of a turn, but if I double dash, I almost try this out. Really tempted to say Mario Kart style there, And then just step forward ever so slightly to, it's a bit of an awkward position, but step forward to here. You can then laser this guy who's firing a machine gun, and that should just wreck him as well because you'll overheat really quickly. Now you are going to overheat from that, so we're not going to do the second beam attack. We'll just do the first one. Okay, so these two mechs are in great positions. We're going to get Blackbird, who is a little bit in danger here, to run this way. And can they get up? Yeah, they can get up around here, or we can get them to dash up. But the reason I want them to run is they're just going to launch some missiles this turn at the other heavy mech, who's not going to move around very much. And just make sure they're not going to crash into anybody. They may take a little bit of fire. We may actually want them to dash at the start of the turn. Just dash. And then from here, the shot's already blocked. So just do this. And then once they get cool enough, maybe about here, I'm a little bit worried about the angle, but we'll try and launch. I'm going to maybe just launch at this assault rifle mech. It's a little bit of an easier angle. And we'll maybe launch one here as well, when they're cool enough. And their job really is just to get up here and get round behind the enemy next turn. So the only mech we haven't given orders to is the bucket of bolts, which is taking a little bit of fire from this guy here. Now this is a machine gun. So what I could do with bucket of bolts is, again, we just set up a field of fire here. We're setting up a massive fire base, and I'll just shield this attack. Now machine guns do fire for a while, but we'll shield this, and then as soon as the shield drops, maybe do a double shield, because we can fire at this point. So what I could do is get an attack here, bring the shield order to here, and then put another shield order here. And that means he's going to be fully shielded through the entire attack, and then just pull his assault rifle out at the end of it. Alright, I'm pretty happy with this. Let's see how it goes. This is going to be tough. Okay. That fire is coming through the building, which is terrifying. There's a lot of damage happened here. We're not really going to check the replay. He is dead. He died in a horrible fireball. This mech here is not too badly damaged, but it is at very high heat. This mech here is extreme heat and is overheating. This mech here, the missiles, actually I want to replay the missiles. Where's one? And there's two. So that one actually landed perfectly. Second one's in the air, so he's taking missile damage. Alright, one thing I have to be aware of this turn is the activation zone of this machine gun. We will be in it when it triggers, so we maybe want to watch that. We've taken a little bit of fire here, but it's not too bad because it is coming through the building. So I think most of that is tracer fire. Let's actually just watch this destruction happen, because that's a pretty cool feature of the game. I want to see that in action. So he just sets up his minigun here, and it's like, who needs buildings, right? I can just drill through this building, and he does actually eventually drill through it, which I wasn't expecting to happen. So we've dealt with one of these mechs. This guy, like I said, is very hot. I think that Alphonse can deal with it pretty quickly. If we just get Alphonse to do another beam attack, they are taking damage through this building from this guy, but he's about to finish firing and move. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the beam attack here. We'll wait until that's finished. I'm going to anticipate that he is dead at this point, and we're going to move. Now, I can't come through here. I can come around here to this position where he's apparently going to shoot again. He's not, spoiler alert, he's not going to fire again. We'll get you to come up here, and this mech's still going to be incredibly hot. Oh, we're not going to get into range. What I would really like to do is actually touch him with a beam weapon. What if I move you to here? And then you can beam him, and honestly, that should deal with this mech because it's running so hot right now. Both of these should melt. We'll then get you to come around this way. On the run, I want a shot as soon as he's in range. Oh, you haven't got the angle for it. That's unfortunate. Basically, we're going to break this base of fire. Let's bring you around to here. You're not really going to get any great shots this turn. Let me just check that that's definitely blocked. Oh, actually, the game doesn't think that's a blocked shot, even though it's clearly... No way. We can absolutely cut the angle there. Okay, we're going to take that shot then, on the run. We're going to come around here. I think we've got another shot then, unblocked, because again, it's under the angle of that building. That's really nice. And then you are going to... Can you snap a shot back at him, or are you too hot? Too hot. Let's not waste that. Let's bring you around this way. It's quite an awkward entrance to the base, actually. I'll maybe bring you... deal with you in a second. Let's work out what we're doing with Gerblin, because Gerblin could jump to here. Sorry, the Blackbird. And overheat massively, but I could also just walk them back down to here so they cool down, then jump to here where they're not going to overheat, then get on top of this building. And from here, they actually have some pretty good options. That's going to take them too long. I'm just going to bring them through the activation. Hang on. So the activation is from here to here. That's pretty awkward for me. And then this one is, how one's this one active? Here to here. So they're kind of overlapping each other. The enemy have a really good choke point at the front of the base here, which is causing me a little bit of an issue with where I'm going to place my units. What I could do is bring you to here and then dash you to here. Is that going to work? No, you're still going to activate the gun, unfortunately, from there. If I bring you... What if I just do the original plan? I bring you to here, dash you... Can I just do a dash up on top of the building? That's going to save a lot of time because they don't have to walk around. Now, does that put them in range of an activation? In a second it will, but if I bring them to here, they then have a shot on this mech with a shotgun, and that's pretty nice. So everyone's got turns. Yeah. Oh no, you don't have a turn yet. What if I just put you... He is still firing, but he's going to be so hot, I think he's actually going to explode. We'll take a couple of shots at him if he's still alive. Now make sure we don't hit the back of Alphonse. So that's when we're going to have to stop those shots. At that point there, I'm going to bring you around to here, where Alphonse was. And that should give you a shot on the other mech at the back. This one here. You can shoot at him. Okay, let's go. See what I mean about him being on fire? Okay, that heavy mech is down. So we've still got... Let's just watch this in replay. That's actually really nice because the beam laser went through both of them. Okay. So if we check our current situation, this guy is damaged but not out. This guy is hardly damaged at all. This mech's completely destroyed. This one's taken a little bit of damage but is overheating. Okay. Let's finish this quickly. We're in a really... This is looking good. Bring you to here. Shoot him. Shoot him. That's just 2 shots on them. You move to... Can you move past him? No, you can't. In that case, come around here. You're fast enough for it. Step to here. Shoot him. Shoot him. That should take these mechs out. You... Can you get up here without colliding with anybody? Yeah, you can. Get to here. Burn him out. This guy's out of it, isn't it? Yeah. And then you... From there, no one's shooting at you. Shotgun him. And then shotgun him. And I think the combined attacks should be enough. We are risking a machine gun shot into the back of Alphonse, but I think we can... I think we're fine. He's out. Okay, we took the machine gun shot in the back. Now he's out. It's just this mech here. And he's almost dead. Alphonse has the armor and a tank a hit like that. Alright, this turn we're just taking these guys down. I'm bringing you up so you're in range. This was a good attempt by the enemy. This is probably one of the hardest fights they've thrown at me. Well, this is definitely the hardest fight they've thrown at me this session, but it isn't enough. The Phantom Brigade will not fall today. That should be enough to absolutely wreck this mech. I'm not going to pull forward. Actually, the Alphonse can move forward. To about here. I just want to make sure they're not getting hit. That should be okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's watch our mech get executed. Oh yeah, he's dead. Good work, team. That was could have been a much nastier engagement, but that went really well. I'm really happy with how that played out. The choke point they had there was very concerning. Okay, we've got a rare shield here. 1,400 integrity. We're definitely going to grab that. A rare upper body here as well. Hot rod thrusters and a regen core. We'll make sure to salvage that. Nothing else I'm super excited about. There's an uncommon Vulcan cannon here. We'll grab that. We'll scrap the rest of the uncommon stuff. There's a machine gun here. A machine gun is actually something I'm looking at adding in, so we're going to grab that too. I'll just scrap all of these Helge parts. And we're almost over budget. Unfortunately, nothing really survived our blitz. We'll just grab two. Okay, grab one component. Let's confirm. Enemy in the rubble. While you pick over the bones of the battle looking for parts to salvage, one of your pilot calls out to you. Looky what I found, he says. In front of him, an injured enemy pilot lies amongst the rubble. One side of his face is badly hurt and his leg is trapped under a hefty piece of concrete. What do we do, boss? The pilot asks. The pilot looks at you, panic in his eyes. Look, we're not going to leave an enemy combatant to die in the rubble, okay? When he's in his mech, he's a valid target. When he's out of his mech, it's like a pilot that's ejected in an air battle. He is a prisoner of war at this point. He may have information for us, and we're not going to treat him badly, so we're going to capture him. Okay, that is Balakin technically devoid of enemy activity. There's a potential there might be a base or something up here, but for now, it's looking really nice for us. We haven't even had to get the home guard to engage in this province yet, and we're looking at a really nice position. We still have more than half of our repair gel available to us. We haven't taken too much damage. We're sitting on a lot of resources for after we take the province. I'm really happy with how things are going. That's all we've got time for in this video. I hope you join me next time for the final liberation of Balakin and us moving into potentially Izdagot or Brostland. These will probably be our next targets here. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you later. Ciao.